Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Feels Good Man. And when I saw this coming out for the first time, and I'm like, this is odd. And I see this drawn frog on the poster of the film, not realizing who this is. And for somebody that uses a lot of memes, I was a little surprised I didn't know who Pepe the Frog was. And this film, directed by Arthur Jones, really focuses on artist Matt Fury and his Pepe the Frog, who basically has been hijacked by a bunch of different groups to represent really horrible things. And white supremacist groups, Nazi groups, like Pepe's been turned into Hitler. He's also been turned into President Trump and utilizes a symbol for him as well. And a whole entire web of like dark web people turning Pepe into tradable cards and stuff like that they pay so much electronic money for, and making enough money that they buy Lamborghinis and stuff like that and Ferraris. This documentary was so shocking and such a strange spotlight on humanity in general. Because you have this poor man, this artist who has his creative juices going, creates Pepe the Frog, has this intellectual property, and somehow this whole system has failed him because all these horrible people are able to just take his intellectual property and use it and abuse it. And he spends this whole entire film trying to take it back. And he gets into lawsuits against Alex Jones from like InfoWars because he's trying to sell merchandise with someone else's intellectual property on it. And having been a business major and having a degree in accounting, sitting there like, this is all so many kinds of wrong. And this poor guy, and he's a nice guy, and you feel for him. He's very empathetic, and this documentary really is able to capture the struggle that he goes through, and it's really human and easy to connect to, and you just feel so bad for him. And the documentary is very dynamic. It has interviews, it has these animated sequences. It really captures a dark place, not only in like a electronic space in humanity, but like a very dark place inside people. And I can't think of many documentaries that have made me feel so strongly and so angry. And throughout this film, I just lost so much respect and trust in humanity because of this documentary, and just how horrible people can be, and how little somebody's own intellectual property can mean when other people can just usurp it and hijack it and destroy it. And as somebody who has intellectual property and like has ideas and has written scripts and stuff like that, it scares me where it's like somebody can just take this and manipulate it, and what can you do? Because it feels like the system really failed in this situation, because this guy's been struggling for years. And it's interesting with how many bounds that people have in terms of control on the internet and electronically and through computers. And honestly, this film made me a little paranoid and a little scared, maybe even a little more than just a little bit scared of what could possibly happen with people out there who have so much power on the internet. And this film is so eye-opening. I'm trying to think of documentaries that have made me think so much, feel so much. This is just an impactful and perspective-changing film. And it's rare to say that. This film really blew me away. And even if you're not really interested in this topic, or at least like the surface level of this topic, this affects you. And I think like this documentary is something really worth seeing for everyone, even just to give you perspective on what's going on underneath the world that you live in, especially through your phones, through your computers. This is a shocking film, and it's a well put together and entertaining documentary to go along with it, to go along with that really strong message. So go check out Feels Good Man. It's really worth it, and this will shock you. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for supporting your Wasteland reviewer.